Just like I told the team, we had a victory, and that was great. You know, all victories are sweet, and we were thankful for that. We thought FIU did a great job, and they got a really good team. So we beat a good team, which was good, and now we know that just in 5 short days we're getting ready to play North Carolina, first conference game right here at home, and we don't need everybody's support. We're looking forward to that. We love being here. We love seeing all the tailgaters when we rolled into town. And they said the cane walk was awesome. And so our guys really do appreciate that. But a lot of things happened there, good and bad. Mostly good in the beginning. At the very end, it got sloppy. And it's what happens sometimes when you just start letting a bunch of guys play. And then I did my share of, I made one call that wasn't a good call. Called the formation wrong, and didn't help us either. So I certainly didn't do a perfect job either, but bottom line is we got the victory. We're looking forward to this Thursday night, man. It's going to be quick. The coaching staff will be working tonight, working hard on the game plan so we can get ahead of the game, so Sunday we can get something done more than normal on a Sunday. And we'll have, like I told the players, there'll be no days off. We'll practice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday could be a modified dress rehearsal, it could be a walkthrough, just depending on how we're doing, but then we'll just load up and get ready to play. So with that, I'll open it up.
Mark, can you talk about Jeff Thomas?
Yeah. Jeff had dehydration. Jeff had a kick return, had a punt return, was running routes, was doing all those things, and it got to him. And so we kept him out more for precaution, and we think he'll be fine. He feels fine right now. We don't think there's any long-lasting effects other than sometimes you get behind the 8 ball when it comes to hydration in this heat and humidity, and as much running around as he was doing, that added to it for sure. Yeah, it was scheduled that he was going to go 3rd series, and things went well, so we kept him in there. And overall, he did a very good job. He went ahead and launched a ball downfield that ended up being a pick, but not to be too funny about it, but that might have been the best punt of the day. 3rd and long, we launch it out there, they catch it, and we tackle them right away. So that was probably the best change of field position we had all day when it comes to that. We're still working our way through a few things, but the good news is it didn't cost us a game, and the other thing is there's some valuable experience for Kosi tonight.
Do you have a decision to make on who you want to play?
Yeah, we will. We'll figure out. Like I've said in the past, whoever I think gives us the best chance of winning, that's who's going to play. And tonight we thought it was Kosi.
How much time did he get with the ones this week, just knowing that that was your plan?
We rotated all 3 quarterbacks, or the top 3 quarterbacks, actually equally with the ones and twos. So, for example, Malik might have gone with the 1, and Kosi would have gone with the 2s. Cade would have gone back with the 1s. Malik back with the 2s. When the 1s rolled back around, Kosi would be up. So we rolled them with the 1 and 2 units, and they all got equal time with the 1st and 2nd unit.
So if Jeff goes out and Harley comes in,
Played great. Mike Harley is a guy that our coaching staff loves because he loves football and he practices hard every day and he practices with energy. And we even had a day, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, but it was one of those smoking hot days. I think it was Tuesday. And everybody was kind of dragging around, and there's kind of a halfway point. We have a long 5-minute break in the middle of practice, and he's the one that rallies the team and says, the offensive team, and says, hey, let's go, So he knew things weren't going the way they should go, and he wanted to hold his teammates accountable. And quite frankly, he's got a right to do that because of the way he practices. And he paid off for him today. We're glad to see him be productive.
Just so we rate it, we talk about this properly, comparing with the guys today, or you're just...
Yeah, we'll decide this week. Like I said, my quote would be just, when the time comes, whoever I think is the best guy to give us a chance to win, it will be the guy.
Mark, did you plan on, when you went into the game, series, did you plan on bringing
Here's exactly what I said to myself. I said, he's going to go in third series, and we'll see how it goes. And it's kind of I left it to that, and I thought it was going well enough to keep him in there, so that's what happened.
Has something changed in practice that you went to the state that gave you a greater comfort level?
Well, what's happening is Cade and Nkosi are growing up. Part of the reason why they weren't getting these opportunities because they were still a little immature a year ago, and they kind of broke through, I thought, in the spring and started showing John and I that maybe they're getting closer to being a guy who could play for us and be a future starter. And a lot of that wasn't happening. I mean, obviously Nkosi wasn't even at the first game. And as I said before, when that thing came out, it was a decision on that. That decision was made months ago, probably a half a year ago. We knew about it. We just didn't announce it to everybody. But from the time on that he knew what was up with that, I thought Nkosi really, truly changed the way he was going about his business, on and off the field. Cade Weldon probably started showing it a little bit earlier than Nkosi did back in the spring. And so it's not like Malik has done anything wrong by any means. He's done a lot of great things for us, but the other guys are beginning to mature to the point where we want to see what they can do.
Fourth quarter stats are kind of skewed a little bit. Their first 31 plays, they had 31 yards. John, like a
Defense was phenomenal. I mean, it was sad we had the turnover back, deep in the territory, and I think we ended up giving them 3 out of that. And of course, the onside kick was about as good as it could be. I mean, you got Cager in the right spot. He's one of the tallest guys we got, one of the better jumpers. It was just barely out of his reach to comfortably catch it, and unfortunately we didn't bring it down. Maybe we could have backed up in time to jump a little better, but it was a heck of a kick, and unfortunately we didn't get it. And that's what we talked to these guys about onside kicks. The hands team, our hands team, we always use the term, you don't need it until you need it. Because you're practicing it over and over and over. You might practice it for 2 years and never use it until you need it. But when you need it, you got to be able to execute. Unfortunately, we didn't do that.
What did you like specifically about Nkosi today?
Yeah, he threw some really fine passes. I mean, he was on the money a good bit of the day. Most of his decisions were good. He did scramble at times and got us some first downs with his legs. I think he was comfortable. I think he was confident. Was he perfect? No. But he did a lot of really good things. He threw some balls that were, what I would call bullseyes that, might have been a little bit of a tight window here and there. Not to say a bad window, but just the types of throws that have to be made. Like I know the slant to Cager for a touchdown was a BB. I mean, it was like right on his heart. And there was a defender trying to get there, but he couldn't get there. And then he hit him on the dead run where he could score. And so that's what you talk about, the difference between a completion and a bullseye. You want bullseyes to get the yards after the catch. And the other thing that happens is when you catch a slant route, if you make a receiver reach for the ball, the chances of him coming down with it are probably getting cut in half if he feels somebody getting ready to hit it. But you throw it right on his body where he can catch it, tuck it, and protect himself immediately, then all of a sudden he has the confidence to keep running like Cager did. So that was just one example of what I mean by that. I mean, one ball down the middle to Harley, that was a throw. I mean, that was a beautiful ball right down the heart of the defense. And Harley's not a super tall guy, but to throw it over a backer and down into that spot and hit him on the dead run was pretty impressive. So those are just a couple throws that I was pleased with. And he made a couple poor reads, but mostly I think he was well aware of what he was doing, why he was doing it, and did a nice job.
How do you eliminate Mark that we have to condense 7 days in the class?
Well, you got to make sure that you're sound everywhere, offense, defense, special teams. You're going to run probably a lot of the things that you've been running since camp. I know there'll be some wrinkles because they play defense just a little bit different than some of the people we played, and I'm sure Manny will always have a plan that he thinks gives us the best chance against the style of play that they are. But for the most part, it's going to be about blocking good, tackling good, securing the ball, not throwing the ball in the harm's way, making the interceptions when the balls hit your hand, ripping the ball out and getting turnovers, and being solid on special teams, So those are the things that we got to do. Yeah, he was good. Is that what you want?
And the second part was what was Rogers?
Yeah, I thought Rozier did a good job of helping Nkosi. He stayed on the headset. He was signaling like everybody else does who's not playing at the time. And all the QBs have to learn to signal. He signaled well, and he was cheering for his teammate. And also, there were a couple times that John wanted Malik to give him Nkosi. He just talked a little bit about what might have happened on this play or that play. And he was right there doing it. So just got a lot of respect for him.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.